Hello, hello, hello. Welcome everyone to this live stream with Grandmaster Anish Giri. Anish, how are you?
Hello, guys. Good to see you, Sagar, again.
Yeah, Anish, doing a live stream after a long time, and what better way to do a live stream than to learn some chess from you? And how is life overall for you after the World Championship? Are you relaxed, preparing for World Rapid and Blitz?
Yeah, I'm preparing for my upcoming tournaments, World Rapid and Blitz, and also Vaikanze, of course. Very good time to prepare after the World Championship match, because if you prepare before, imagine you work very hard before, and then they play all your preparation, and then you have nothing. So, and now, okay, like after the match, we have some information. What are the potential trends now? Who plays? What are two of the best players in the world? What have they prepared? And then you try to catch up, and if possible, maybe. Get ahead, but mostly try to catch up, of course, with these two players that are so well prepared.
Amazing, amazing. And guys, everyone in the chat, very sorry for slight delay here, but a very nice video with Anish will come at some point today, later today, where he'll give you insights about the World Championship match. So we were doing a bit of that. Anish, you have worked a lot on the Italian. That's what you recorded a course with Chessable, and I believe that it is about the Italian opening, right? It's a one e4 repertoire, but it deals with the Italian.
Yeah, so first of all, like we have a tradition now with you. Every my Chessable course, we do video with you. I feel like it's needed to get like a blessing, for my course.
And also,
Otherwise,
I
my
have
course
to
is not.
learn everything because I am so busy with tournaments. The only way for me to learn is from you, and then
Uh-huh.
people can, of course, check the course later.
Yeah, no, of course. So this course, it is honestly, it started off with me wanting to do something on the Italian. I wanted to do something very big on Italian, some good course. I felt that it's a opening that I know a lot about, that is very complex with the move orders, and something I'm reasonably knowledgeable at, and something I want to share. But finally, we decided to do this as a 1e4 repertoire, actually, as a project that I will do also for next year. And this will be part one. Actually, it's more than Italian finally. It is e4, e5, and then everything from e4, e5. So that also means Petrov. Oh my God, Petrov. That also means the fil de door, sidelines. Also sidelines like knight f3, f5, and d5, and f6. And do you know after f6 what to play, Sagar?
Yes,
Play
of
f6.
course.
What to play? Good.
8-year-old boy trap.
8-year-old, 8-year-old boy. Okay. But queen is 7 though, do you know?
Yeah. Queen e7.
No, not here, not here. No. Here it's already
Ah,
good. Everything's good. I mean, queen seven instead of f6.
Queen e7.
Okay, so if it's in the course, it's in the course. It's fine. That doesn't matter. It's all
I
crap.
would play this.
You can do that, yeah. But instead of queen seven, also I think bishop c5. My editor sent me a file, said bishop c5. I replied to him, I'm not covering this move. God hell, yeah, because okay, you can just take the pawn on e5 for nothing.
Yeah.
He wants me to cover this. So this I didn't cover, but all the others I covered. So yeah, it's all the lines, especially Petrov. So knight f6, I give d4. That's the line where Magnus beat Nepo, yeah, in game 8.
Which one?
Knight f6 d4. Knight f6 d4.
Yes, you give this.
That was also a big part of the course, actually, finally. But of
But
course, yeah,
it's not part of part one, right? Or is it?
No, it is.
It
Part
is.
one is all e4, e5. So
Okay. Got it.
everything in the course is
Got
e4,
it.
e5, knight f3, and now everything. So part two, I'm thinking maybe e4, c5, everything, and part three is all the rest. Yeah, maybe like that.
Okay. So
This would
e4,
be logical.
e5, knight f3, knight c6, which is the main move. And
Yeah,
then
now
why
Italian,
did you
yeah.
decide to go bishop c4 instead of bishop b5?
Well, in general, two reasons. So both moves, of course, are very good and challenging. So one reason is that in bishop b5 in Spanish, there are many variations for black that are hard for white to give a good recommendation. There's the Berlin, there is the a6, and then the open Spanish, the Archangel Spanish with bishop on c5. There is the Marshall that Magnus played, which is also very hard, as we saw, to get much there. And also sidelines are not so bad at all. There is like the Anish gambit, that gambit, this gambit, Sozin's, not Sozin, sorry. Wait, not Muncio? Sozio? Wait, which one? How it's called? Cosio, sorry, Cosio, yeah. All kinds of systems. In Italian, there are also its own challenges, but I felt there is more room for new ideas because it's a bit less explored. And so that is the reason why bishop c4 over bishop b5. And the other reason is that bishop b5, there are also many good courses already. And for Italian, there were not. So for bishop b5, there are good courses by Gajewski, also Grandelius, and bishop c4. For now, there are no courses, at least none that I know of. And so I decided that there is more room there.
Right. So bishop c4, one of the biggest problems I have faced when I watch them, I mean, I haven't played much, but I've played against it, are the move orders. Because sometimes you go d3, sometimes c3, sometimes you go knight d2, knight f1 before castling, sometimes you castle, then you play rook e1, then you go knight d2, knight f1. So I want to get a bit of understanding on those move orders, and if you could help in that, would be wonderful. And before we go to that, a lot of people in the chat are saying that the layout is good. So thank you so much,
absolutely,
guys.
Absolutely. I agree.
For that. I am right now in Dubai, still not come back to India, so the layout looks pretty good. Oh, this improves, improves the layout even further.
Wow, that was like the name reveal, OP, guys.
I forgot the name. Where was it? And then I realized, okay, it was below it. Yeah.
Some because when I did World Championship commentary, there were sometimes like 40,000 viewers, one day. Okay, so many viewers, and they kind of have no idea. Many are new. So sometimes I read in comments, I was thinking they think that I'm Judith Polgar and she's Anish Giri. So I wanted to say I didn't do it finally, but I wanted to say that to the producer, can you put my name there? Because I think some people don't know who is who.
Like such here it's new even more audience, confusing, they have no idea. Because okay, here there are two people.
Yeah, exactly.
Two
yes. Two, yes. So if you know Anish is a male name, okay, but they think maybe a girl, so a girl, someone's girl, whatever. So what we were saying, something very important, I think, about
so
Italian. Move orders. So move orders. Of course. There actually finally I did, I think, 2 videos that are just focusing only on move orders. It's a big topic. See, and that's both the plus and the minus. So the minus, you have to understand move orders. The plus is if you understand move orders, at least some of them, that is where you have an edge over the opponent. And move orders, there are so many nuances and things. And there are a few important things. Okay, I can share with you a few important things. But in general, like there's like a whole video on the move orders. But I'll show you, for example, after let's say knight bishop c5. Let's say castle,
one question, knight f6, bishop c5. Now, knight f6, I know that it allows this fried lever attack, or the 2 knights basically. But I don't think you would recommend that. You would have maybe given d3, right? As the main.
Yes, exactly. So my repertoire is to go d3 in either case. Knight g5, I think it's recommended by Wesley in his course. It's a very different concept. You go for very concrete lines. You try to snatch a pawn and you hang on to it, give black advantage in development. In d3, you focus on development and no shenanigans. Knight f6, d3, bishop c5, castle. Or
so it's the same, right? If you start with bishop c5 as black or knight f6, it's the same thing.
In my course, for me is the same, but of course against bishop c5, white has an extra option, a few. So if bishop c5 first, the one extra option is the before gambit, Evans gambit.
And also c3,
c3, knight f6, d4, exactly, which is a very big line. That's also what Wesley recommends. So Wesley's repertoire is kind of Italian, but based on this c3, d4, and knight g5, which is e5 instead of cd, is also
more concrete. Is what.
And I recommend d3 in both cases. Okay. And knight f6, d3, black also has options of bishop e7 and h6, preparing bishop to g6, bishop g7.
Hungarian kind of.
Knight f6, d3, now bishop e7 or h6, g6, bishop g7, or h6, g5, bishop g7. Developing the bishop differently is also there. So for Italian, for example, so one nice move order to know, let's say bishop c5, d3, bishop c5. Let's say castle, knight f6, d3. So there are a few move order things that are like that you have to know. So for example, after d6, if black doesn't castle, you should be careful playing h3, because let's say if you play c3, normal move, a6, let's say you play, I don't know, a4 to safeguard the c4 bishop from knight a5, just in case. Knight a5 is becoming often an idea. Let's say bishop a7. And let's say you play knight bd2, I don't know, some move, h6 they go, and they don't castle. Note you should not go h3, for example here, shouldn't go h3 because suddenly you have g5, and you created the target for g4.
Oh.
So this is something, and that's like always a thing, so you should just never play h3 before he castled, and that's just a simple thing that you should remember. There's also one position.
This is interesting. I didn't know this. That
Yeah, of course you didn't know. You didn't buy my course, Sagar.
No, the thing is, I knew that.
Out already for a Sagar. It's out for a month already, Sagar. Come on.
No, what I didn't know, what I knew was that black shouldn't castle. If I mean, it's black can castle, but if bishop g5 is coming, then you can, and then when he goes knight d2, like let's say in such a case, then you castle because there is no bishop g5. But
Yeah,
this h3 part, I was not aware that this g5 g4 is very strong.
Yeah, it's one thing. So another, for example, important thing is, so let's go instead of knight d2, let's play rook e1 and castle. Black goes castle, yeah. And this is a very, very big position. You can get in many move orders. And here it's very important to play actually h3 and not knight d2. And the reason is if you go knight d2 first.
Can we ask the viewers?
Let's see.
Okay. Guys, can you figure out what to play here with black? And can white go bishop g5 instead of nd2? That's also possible, yeah.
Can white go which move? Sorry, bishop. No. So bishop g5, yeah. So the combination of rook e1 and bishop g5, yeah, in this position is not dangerous now. In general, in my course, by the way, I'm not recommending bishop g5. I'm recommending other setups. So knight d2, shall I reveal? Knight d2 reveal. Yeah, okay, good. So the guys are clever. They have knight g4 and bishop g4. They think, okay, why is h3? Why is h3? You know, to stop one of the two. Very smart. But actually, knight g4, bishop g4, we don't mind at all. But knight g4. Knight g4, the problem is he hits f2, we go rook e2. Rook e2, and if we send the knight back with h3, knight goes back, we are happy, yeah? We can bring even rook back to e1 if we want. But here black goes king h8. h3. Now I can go f5. If I gfg, very dangerous suddenly, g3, queen h4, all this.
This reminds your game with Magnus, right? From
This is not reminds. This is my game with Magnus, exactly, and I was very confused. Yeah, and I was very confused why he allowed it. And afterwards, I checked. It's good for black. Maybe he mixed up himself this order because the game was before my course, so he didn't watch my course yet, of course. So I was thinking maybe this, or maybe he wanted to surprise me by going for something that's known as bad, hoping I will not be aware of the position. But yeah, this you want to avoid. This you want to avoid. So that's why you have to go h3.
Just last question, f5, ef5?
Yeah, ef, I think it's knight h.
You go back.
Also, sorry. Also knight f2, I think was it. Knight f2 was also, I think. And then d5 and bishop, take on f2 and bishop f5 and all this. So that's also a thing.
Okay.
Yeah. Take on f2 and all this. e4 is coming. So this in general is dangerous. Also knight h6 back actually was possible in some positions, but this was all dangerous for white. So you have to go h3, and there are a few other, of course, move order tricks. But basically, it's nothing insane. It's just that you have to know what to avoid. What to avoid. There's, by the way, one very dirty trap. I'll show you. It's not part of my repertoire, but it's a very beautiful one. So can we go back when you played a4?
Yeah. By the way, Funny Verma has said Anish Chessable Sicilian Najdorf is best. It covers all variation, Alpine, Gropri, BG5, BD3. In other Sicilian products, the lot of variations get missed. So you've covered everything.
Yeah. No, you have to cover everything, but also, of course, important to cover it well. Yeah. So not a4, bishop b3. This is not part of my course, but it's just a very nice move order trick. Like, it's extremely pretty. Castle. Let's say castle. Let's say knight d2. Let's say h6.
Yeah, makes sense.
Rook e1.
Oh, knight g4.
Bishop e6 first.
Okay.
So very, very often the idea of this bishop b3 system is not part of my course, but still just nice trick. Bishop c2, yeah, to keep the bishops.
Yes. So that now, I mean, you don't exchange this and open this
Yes.
file.
So it's always normal, and black usually goes d5, and you get some position, but here, I think it's here, yeah. Yeah, I think it's here, yeah. Yes, here it's actually horrible. It's just losing.
What? Bishop c2.
Yeah.
But now it's the same point, yeah? Like knight g4, rook e2, f5.
No, somehow f5, and it's not a problem as such here because I go ef5 and then my d3 pawn is protected. So no, that's not the point. There's something much more direct. No, f5 is not an issue. Just bishop takes f2.
Ooh,
Rook
oh,
f2, knight e3.
nice.
Once I think Levon fell for this, or some top player fell for this. It continues a bit. Queen e2, knight c2.
I'm checking if there's any. There is some game, Rios C versus Cuseda Perez. Okay, that's the highest rated, but maybe some
Yeah,
other move.
there are different versions of this
If you
trick, of
just
course.
add a4 and a5, it doesn't
Yeah.
change much, and something like
Well,
that.
actually, it's better to have pawn on a2 for white because queen e2, knight c2, rook b1 is better for black because I go bishop a2 in the end. It's knight is trapped, but I have bishop a2.
Okay.
Yeah, so this is a nice trick also. It can happen in different versions, but basically, if you go bishop c2, you have to go h3 first. Yeah, again. So here, move before you had to go not rook e1, but h3 first, bishop e6, then bishop c2. That's okay.
Oh. This h3 idea is becoming a little clear here.
Yeah, I think the one with more games is when bishop is on a7, pawn is on h7. You know what I mean? Let's say I played instead of h6, bishop a7.
Castle, knight d2, bishop
Yeah, bishop a7, rook e1, bishop e6. Can you check this? I think there will be more games falling for this. Knight g4, rook e2 in this version. Yeah.
No, not too many.
Rook e2, bishop f2, not here. It's the same trap. You can do it in various versions.
Yes, but not so. I guess it's in some other move order.
Yeah, it depends. It can happen in various orders. But so what I'm saying is, it's not about move order that you have to memorize. It's about these ideas that you have to avoid. Like h3 is g5, knight g4 is like, so once you know these ideas, all of them, at least many of them, you are able to figure out the move order on your own, right? By using this, by using logic and just using thinking. So you have to know the ideas, and then you can do move order yourself.
Right. So just to get it clear, bishop c4, bishop c5. We start with c3, d3.
To be honest, it was so irrelevant to start with c3 or castle for my course that I think we selected castle as castle. Yeah, castle was selected.
It doesn't matter. Yeah?
Or was wait, sorry. No, I'm trying to remember. I think.
I guess
no, because it was not real. No, there was no difference between
but
c3
and if you play castle d6, maybe
d6 exactly d6 c3. So that's why we started with c3. Exactly, that's why d6 d4 first, bishop b6, now castle. Yeah, this was.
So here white is much better way to play. So you start with c3, and when he goes knight f6, you go d3.
Yes, yes, but basically it was this particular choice whether to go c3 first or castle first. This was it made no difference at all.
Okay.
Because d6 in either case is not good for black. So here we just picked one of the two randomly, and I say it also in the move order chapter. It makes no difference. c3 or castle, or castle and then c3. It's the same because I give, for example, castle here. And d5, that line you can get with either way, and this is big part of the course also.
This is something which is very concrete. Yeah, this
very topical also, and this here I go in very big depth, big details. Yeah, this is a nice chapter on that. Yeah, let's. I played a few nice games on Italian actually. This with Anton Giharo was one of the nice ones, and there was a really nice piece of prep I want to show that remained unseen.
So this was in Batumi European Team Championship in 2019, Netherlands versus Spain, and you are white, and you played castles. He went knight f6, d3, d6, c3. Okay, and he played the move a5.
Yeah, he played it right away. Yeah, you can also castle first and then a5. So I played what? Played some rook e1, I guess, or
you played rook e1.
Again,
And
see h3 again. You will have same h6 g5 issue maybe. So better not to do it. Yeah, you
right.
have same h6 g5. That's also in the move order chapter. So that's why once you know these ideas, it becomes easy to figure out the order. Rook e1, yeah, castle. Actually, here my main recommendation in the course. Sorry, h3, h6 we included, right? I think in this game.
Yes, now h3 was played.
Yeah.
But here I feel a little scared about bishop g5 as black.
Bishop g5 is a big system. The thing is, black can also play h6 before castle. So if you rely your repertoire on bishop g5, it's a whole different story, you know. Then it's a whole different story. So you can go bishop g5 earlier, yeah, as well as white. You can keep going back. White, black can go bishop.
Yes, but if
black
you
can go
have
h6
not
earlier.
castled, then here this is possible, right? Because then this sacrifice is not very powerful on g5.
No, the sack is anyway not the issue, even with castle, because king g7 and so on. But with black not castling, it's also very dangerous, bishop g5. So basically what I'm saying is I was choosing to whether give bishop g5 everywhere or nowhere. Because if you give somewhere bishop g5 and somewhere not, then move orders become extremely difficult, but also you do double the work, you understand? Because always you can play h6.
Because if he plays h6, you have to suggest two lines. One with bishop g5 when he doesn't play h6, and when he plays h6, but with h3 or maybe other lines, it's
exactly. So it's inconsistent actually. To recommend after h6 we go h3, after castle we go bishop g5. So what was bishop g5 for? It was possible to do, but I decided not to do that because also I think there will be a course on bishop g5 lines by someone else, someone who is married.
Oh, Adipan, he played it once in lot of some Champions Chess Tour 1 event, and he was always going bishop g5 very early. Maybe that's when he was working.
That's why. Yes, because if you want to go bishop g5 and you don't want to avoid h6, you have to go very early. But actually, black can go h6 also very early. So you can keep going, move back and back. Like go bishop g5, move earlier, goes h6. Go bishop g5, move earlier, it goes h6. Like here, he can go h6. But then you can go, so that because of before castle, you can go c3 first. There are all kinds of nuances, but it's not part of the course. I don't go bishop g5 ever in the course. Bishop g5 is not the end of the world for black also ever. It's always unclear. But my concept is to play in the center. h3, h6, and now in the course, I recommend actually d4. And I worked it out a lot. It's a very interesting idea. And I've beaten, by the way, few players in a row on chess.com. We had once a day when I played. Remember this Indian? I played all the Indians. Remember? I played the Indian yogi team. For chess right. And I beat Vidit. Then I beat one Gukesh, I think, or someone Raunak as well.
But this
and then I lost to
doesn't
Nihao.
Look right? Because here I can take, and bishop b4 attacks the rook, and this is all that I need because next move d5 is coming.
So again, d5 is not the end of the world. It's only the beginning. Yeah.
Acha.
Only the beginning.
So knight c3.
Knight c3, let's say. Yeah.
Now if I don't go d5, you are better. So let's say I take. And
yeah, but now
d5.
Okay. So you went d5. You're so desperate to go d5, but after d knight d5, first of all, already I connected my central pawns. You miss a very important dark square bishop. Also, you have a hole on b5. I don't know why you made that hole.
Yeah.
And so I have bishop pair, more center control. Everything is here. Everything is good for me. But even if you got d5 in, sometimes without bishop takes c3, let's say bishop b4. Let's play. I don't know. Okay, bishop d2. Let's say take d5. Okay, now you traded bishops. Yeah, but even after d5, okay, you still open some files and squares and knight jumps on e4 and all these things. But okay, here knight c3 is just very strong.
Got it.
Especially, yeah. So this is not the end of. Let's say d4. Let's say bishop. How to give that example nicely? Okay, for argument's sake, let's play bishop b6, a3. Let's say ed cd d5, just to show. Yeah, a3 ed cd d5, ed knight d5. This is what I'm such position. That's what I mean. It's not a problem because you've opened a lot of diagonals. So let's say at some point I can play queen d3. Let's just show an idea.
Yeah, वापस.
Hello?
Sorry. That was yeah, we are back. There was a small disconnection. I'm in the hotel, so it's a little bit out of my control right now.
Yeah, but I was saying that the diagonal with queen d3, let's say this diagonal b1 h7.
With queen d3 or b3?
Yeah, d3, let's say, just at some point, yeah, it will come there. And this b1 h7 diagonal, it's open. And and the e file is open also. So white has a lot of activity for this isolated pawn. Yeah, so it's not a problem in general. But okay, so that's d4 is the move. I've beaten actually, I think Raunak was the one. Yeah, Raunak I beat very nicely in that, and also some other guy the
So
same day.
if I go like this, you will just keep this, yeah, or you will go.
Yeah, so I will no, I'll not go d5. I will keep control of the center. Bishop b3, bishop c2 actually is the start of the line. Rook e8, bishop c2. And I keep control of the center, and later I want to develop my b1 knight. And the thing is, it's very unpleasant for you because I already have the center, and it's very stable. So this kind of is the main line of my course. In this game, I played knight d2, and I got similar position later on anyway. Bishop e6, I think bishop b5. He went queen to b8.
This is one big question, no, in the Italian, whether you want to play bishop e6 and play this structure, or you want to start with rook e8 with the idea of bishop e6, then take with the rook, and then when your
a lot of
opponent
nuances.
plays bishop e6, do you want to go bishop b3, bishop b5? I mean, how do you decide all of this?
Yeah, so it depends a lot on nuance. For example, rook e8 here, it's a very bad idea. Because I go knight f1. And now after bishop e6, bishop e6, rook e6, you have d4, d5. That's another common thing that you can fall into if you don't know move orders.
Okay. So the rook e8 is a waste, kind of.
In this particular case, you are not in time to go rook e8, bishop e6, yeah. So this is not good. Instead of rook e8, bishop e6, yeah, in this particular position with black having pawn on a5, he stopped the b4 expansion. So taking on e6 is not critical, although Firouzja played it against Mamediyarov and won in a European team recently. So you can take on e6. But bishop b5 is more principled, keeping pieces on the board.
This is Firouzja Mamediyarov. And
yeah, it's possible. Bishop b5, yeah. So my idea was, I was playing for the control of the center here as well. So queen b8, queen a7 was theory for some reason, not the only move, but one of the lines. Queen a7, it's very original line, but very interesting.
I'm seeing the players who have played this, and I see Ding Liren has played like 10 games. Mamediyarov has played 10 games. Vidit has played like 5-7 games.
Yeah, it's like this is a hype.
Yeah, one of the main.
I like that you said Ding Liren like Raja. He trained you, yeah, because he gets always angry when you say Ding Liren, yeah.
Yeah,
no Sagar, it's Ding Liren.
But I already asked Ding about his name, yeah, in his interview.
Yes.
When he played in Chess Super.
Ding Liren.
Okay, that was nice. I think no one has done Ding Liren impersonation. Sorry,
I work very hard, and then I win all my games.
This is not easy. How did you learn this?
The Italian or Ding Liren impersonation?
Italian is okay. I mean, that anyone can learn, but Ding Liren impersonation.
It was a lot of hard work. I try very hard, and then I succeed.
It's so accurate.
Yes, not many words, but very powerful. I don't say many words. I win many games.
Okay.
Yeah. So I studied this line of Ding, who played 10 games. So it's very easy to imitate also his manner of speech.
Okay. So queen b8.
I played it against Ding as well, actually, taken d4. This was my idea.
Yes.
Taken d4. My idea was actually d4. This has been played before by Vichy. I think Vichy was first to play. Control the center. It's control of the center. See, grabbing e4, d4 now, not early. So if you go back early on move 5, c3, d4, remember at the start?
Yeah.
If you do it premature, here instead of castle, you go c3, knight f6, d4. You don't actually grab it because after ed, cd, here this happens. Bishop b4, bishop d2, take d5. Now you traded the bishops, yeah? You don't want to trade that. And black gets this d5 in good version. He doesn't have pawn on a5 yet to weaken himself. No pawn on h6, so it's good version. In my concept, kind of is to play d3 first, get the pieces ready to protect the center, and then push d4.
So
it's a bit different.
when you play push d4, he's not able to hit
Exactly.
back.
Exactly. So this is the concept. Like we delay grabbing the center, get ready for it, and then grab, and then we have the center. So this is in general, and this is the concept that I try to stay true to throughout the course. So always I try to. So this is not a line I recommend exactly, but it's a similar concept. So d4, ed, cd, and Dick didn't play bishop b4, but this guy went bishop b6.
And also
here was
one more thing is that here he cannot move his bishop because he will lose his pawn here.
Yeah. This is also nice. Yeah. So he has to give up the center, which is very nice. He has bishop pair, of course. But I am happy. So in the course, I always happy to give bishop pair for the center. And here I had this new idea. It was brilliant. This a4 move. It was an incredible idea. Computer showed it. So computer showed it as like move number 3. So I was looking at this position. I saw computer showed it as move number 3, and I thought like a4, just weaken all the squares, not develop anything. Yeah. Because Vishy had the game here. He went like queen c2, then knight f1, all these normal moves. Yeah. And then I realized he wants to go rook a3. And the rook goes to g3 later. It's absolutely amazing, this rook lift.
This reminds me of this Kasparov-Karpov game where he goes like...
Yes. There are multiple, yes, exactly. Kasparov in the Zaitsev, yeah? Yeah, it's a thematic idea. And in Italian, you see that a lot as well. And so I was completely happy with this. And the most amazing part is the following line. So I was actually thinking it's likely, but I never got it in my games. And now already I show it in my course.
But D5. My one question is, if I was given this position and asked what to play as white, I would think of a move like queen c2.
Then you're like Vishyanath. Then you're like Vishyanath. So.
He played this.
He played this. Yeah, it makes a lot of sense. But the problem for white is, okay, what did they play against this? Can you see in the base?
I don't think he played queen c2. Anand, there is...
Against Vidit,
he played knight f1.
Oh, knight f1 right away. I played knight f1. And then d5, e5, knight e4, right?
a4, knight g3. This was...
Oh, a4. That's Vidit, yeah. That was not... I don't think that was accurate. Okay, he activated the bishop like that. Yeah. The thing about knight f1 is very often black can play d5, e5, knight e4. That's the thing. Okay, not always, but sometimes, yeah. That's very normal reaction. You got the e4 square. Queen c2 is possible. It's not clear if you want to take on c6 so much. Like, okay, it's just a pawn. And 2 bishops, you have active play. And also, okay, even if I protect queen b7, let's see what's the...
Yeah, I mean knight f1 next.
But
then you would anyway do...
Yeah, this like to be considered. Yeah, for sure. It was all to be considered. But a4 was it was all the moves that the computer suggested. Queen c2, knight f1. So I thought he was prepared. It was really a4 that was the idea. So he went rook e8. But I was hoping for d5. That's a very, very nice line.
Okay. And now you go e5.
E5, knight d7.
But here, is this pawn sacrifice possible or?
No, here is not good because also if bishop d5, I have rook g4. Yeah, I start attacking very fast. Yeah, I don't think it's good here. And I'm up a pawn also. So I think knight d7 is more likely. And now I want rook a3. And now you think, what move would you play here as black?
c5.
Of course, c5. Very nice. You're falling for it. Okay, now can you give this to chat?
Okay.
And guys, I want to see one person suggest the move here. One person.
Okay.
Suggest the right move. Okay.
Guys, in the
How many viewers you have nowadays, Sagar? How many viewers?
Right now there are around 1100.
Okay, 1100. Okay, so let's see if 0.1% can suggest.
And by the way, Asim Khan has sent a super chat to you saying all the best AG for Rapid and Blitz Championship, and Sagar Bhai waiting for all the behind scenes in Poland. Thank you, Asim. By the way, we met. There are many people who are watching whom I met in Dubai who came to.
Wow, nice. So, it was so funny. You know, I saw after the end there were so many people who came like they booked tickets in advance. Yeah, they prepared, but then the match is already over. Yeah. Poor people. They flew. They're like, yeah, well, the expo is very nice, but yeah, still very nice, you know. It's just yeah, very nice just here. Yeah, well, games are over, but yeah, I'm still happy to be here. Well, the game's already over, but yeah, we're still happy, no? Very nice for food and hotel. Everything's very good. So we came for the World Championship match. already finished, but yeah, no, the expo, there's the pavilion, Spanish pavilion, this pavilion. So very nice. Yeah, nice. It's always my dream to come visit Dubai Expo.
Yeah.
So can you show me what the chat says?
Okay, let's see.
Oh, wow. Oh, wow. I was so wrong.
Yeah, I mean, sorry for that.
Hello?
Hello, can you hear me?
Sagar, you muted.
Yeah, hello. Can you hear me? Hello, can you hear me?
Yeah. So you're back.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
Yeah. So
I mean, how were you so wrong? What's the move?
can you guess the move now?
I didn't. Is it rook b3?
No, I'm thinking maybe maybe have used. Do you think they could have used the engine or?
Yeah, for sure. I mean,
Could be, yeah.
I don't know what the move is.
It's no problem, by the way, guys. It's not like you're playing a game. So also, especially since I said that no one will guess, maybe they use engine.
Knight h4 maybe. Knight h4?
Knight h4 is very natural, yeah, but it's not the move. Yeah, no, I think they must have used engine because it's.
Don't tell
you
me
cannot.
it's b3. You're
No,
blocking
it makes no sense because you close your own rook.
Right.
It's a very, very hard to.
But there are some moves here, so.
Very hard to see.
Oh, knight c4. Oh. Wow. That should be the move.
Knight c4 is the move. But can you explain to me why?
One second.
What's the point?
Mohit, Arutran, Amish, Omar, Rishabh, Aditya.
Omar already in 1883 knew about this knight c4. Already back then. Because I had my notes from 1883. Knight c4. Knight c4 is brilliant.
The idea is that if you take, I'll play d5.
Bishop f5?
So here, d5. Bishop f5, e6.
And what? a6, fe.
Fe, d.
Let's say fe. Knight f6. You just gave a piece, yeah?
I thought e7, maybe. No.
Rook e8.
Yeah. Okay, once again. I want to play bishop h6 somewhere. d5, bishop f5. But, okay, I mean, it's not. Now knight h4.
Knight h4, bishop d3.
And take queen g4 or something.
f5.
Are you finding all the defensive ideas or am I on the right track?
No, I just found immediately a defensive idea. It's not on the right track. Queen g4 is not the move.
Oh, so till here it's right. Bishop h6 then.
Okay, bishop h6. I go. Bishop h6. Let's say I go gh.
Now check.
King h8.
This should be mate, no? Like rook takes d3. So, I mean, your piece queen h. Oh no. Don't. Like the main thing is.
Yeah, basically, exactly. You could do it a bit nicer. So instead of queen g4 check, you could first take on d3, cd, then knight f5. That's just forced mate. Yeah. Just keep it cleaner, yeah.
Wow.
That's forced mate.
Oh, so
it's a very nice line.
So this knight c4 was your prep, yes?
Yeah, and d5 and knight h4 and bishop h6, rook d3. You give everything and you just mate. That was one of the lines in the prep, yeah.
And now the downside of the queen on b8 is seen.
Especially bishop on b6 is very pretty, yeah.
Yeah, horrible piece.
Yeah, no, it's all there locked, and now we are just killing on the king side. So that's very nice. Yeah, this was one of the ideas of the prep that I never got to play, but it's also in the course. And also available for free on Chessbase India channel. He went rook e8. So I went probably rook a3, I guess. He made some slow move like queen b7. This game had one more highlight. Did he play queen b7 or not?
Yes.
Yeah, so I made some.
Here, according to you, queen a7 was a good move.
Yeah, knight f1, d5, knight g3, and then so on. Yeah, it's one of the lines. Yeah, so but okay, the game was nice. So he went queen b7. I made some move.
You played rook a e3.
Yeah, I learned from my game with Karakin that this is a very good idea. Rook a e3, b3, bishop b2 next. Yeah. So he made some other move.
He played rook b8, b3.
Yeah, b3. He made some.
a7.
Yeah, he played a bit slow. Okay, so I made some move. He went d5, e5. I expected knight e4, I think. I for sure expected knight e4. And I was calculating here, takes probably knight d2. Knight e4, d, knight d2 probably I calculated. He went somewhere else. He went somewhere else. Yeah, I'm probably okay. I will still collect the e4 pawn.
But why not take with the rook here?
b3, yeah, he's hanging.
B3.
That's why knight d2 first. Yeah, but he played knight d7. And I was playing this game so fast and so confident that I kind of bluffed him. I bluffed him away somehow. So I went, which move?
Knight h4, of course.
Yeah, I played it all I played it all pretty nicely and quickly, as if it's all planned. And f4, f5, maybe not even. So how did the game go? The game was very nice. So he went c5. I just jumped out with my queen with the rook, everything.
Rook g3.
Rook g3 first, cd, queen h5. Oh, he didn't even go cd. He went some queen h6. Yeah, but now just queen h5 and everything. Yeah.
Wow.
And then very important was next.
Okay. Guys, try to think what did Anish do here, because he's completely he's got 3 of his pieces against the black king, but there's something very nice he did here. Yeah,
you need a couple more. So
Copyright Claim asks, hey Anish, did you watch Spider-Man? No, no way.
Copyright Claim asks. Already on Sagar Shah, copyright claim is already just a viewer. It's not such a normal thing, it's just a viewer. Copyright claim, like, hi copyright claim. Oh, copyright strike is joining the chat now.
There's one good question by Krishna.
No, I didn't watch movies.
This is something which you might have said on your stream, yeah? Spider-Man
Which one?
No Way Home.
No, it's just a new movie, but I haven't watched movies yet.
Okay, this one question by Krishna Prabhat we'll take later. By the way, this is the...
Yeah, I think it must be bishop c1, yeah? I don't even remember the game, but bishop c1, right. I think.
Yes.
Yeah, it's very logical. You want to hit the h6 pawn. It's totally crushing. He missed this move, I guess, because now my attack is crushing, so the game finished very nice. From g8, I just went knight f3, not even need for sacrificing. And now, okay, I guess I just take somewhere now. Yeah, it's time. Takes.
Takes here. Then you go knight g5.
Yeah, it's just total... Yeah, and in the end, he cannot stop queen g7 and the queen on a6 hangs. Wow. So it all works very well. And he played something else? Yeah, he didn't take even.
He played g6.
Yeah, but now just even brutal takes. H4, yeah. So his queen on a6 is unable to come to defense. Knight g5 just and his queen cannot come to defense.
You're actually underplaying this part of the game, but this knight g6, fg6, queen h4 was not easy to find, yeah?
It took me some time, but I suspect that there are other ways that are also good, but this is just crushing, yeah. Yeah, for sure. No, basically the funny thing is that this was a crushing game, yeah, the whole way. So I thought that he played too slow in the opening. Queen b7, queen a6, like all this, yeah? I thought that bishop a7, it was very slow, right? He was doing something on the queen side, some small things, nobody cared, and got crushed on the king side. But actually this bishop a7, queen b7, it could have been all okay, because I played, objectively, I should have played like bishop a3, I think, here. Because I played bishop, how I played, he has an amazing resource that we both missed. So d5, e5, knight d7, knight h4, and amazing resource he has. Yeah, that's here. Absolutely amazing. And actually, it's logical. It's possible to find. So let's see if the chat can find.
Okay. Guys, try to figure out what black does, because Anish's idea is very clear. He wants to put his rook on g3 here. He wants to bring his queen on h5 and overall just kill the black king.
Yeah, like in the game. Just rook g3, queen h5, bishop c1.
So natural.
Yeah, c5. Yeah, you seek for counterplay, right? You seek for counterplay, so you go c5. It's most of the only move I considered, and I actually thought that he's already toast. I just thought it's game over, like queen h5, rook g3, and just not like game over, but like that I'm basically objectively crushing. And of course, I only thought of c5. But actually, his one problem in his position is that his queen is out of is out of play. It's stuck on the queen side, and that was always a problem. But now he has a chance to return it with tempo. So queen b4 is very strong.
Just to see if anyone found it.
Yeah, they found.
There are few people who have found this move, queen b4. Good job,
No,
guys.
Omar already in 1883, he has it all figured out. Back in the days when Steinitz was playing against Chigorin for the crown, he already was there checking my Italian lines.
Maybe Vantika Agrawal is also watching this, who is one of the members of the Indian Olympiad team. So she also found
For
it.
sure.
Good player.
For sure. Very sharp. Queen b4, very nice. So now you hit d4, and after bishop c3, queen e7, you hit the knight, and if queen h5, then queen g5, suddenly you come for a trade. This is a forced line. Simply you force a trade, it's just equal. Game is just equal.
It's amazing. Basically, you have to bring the queen back.
Yeah.
To defense.
So it was one moment in the game where like he just had a forced solution. Suddenly he could neutralize all opening issues. I could have stopped the move before, but like, let's say the game, I thought it was like this.
You could have played bishop a3 to stop it now.
Yeah, well, it would be less winning. Like bishop a3 is less good compared to what happened in the game, right? Because I don't have knight h4 anymore. Bishop doesn't protect the, like here I don't have knight h4. I have to play like queen c1, play for the c5, rook c3, queen c1.
Why don't you have knight h4 here?
d4 hangs, yeah, now.
Oh yeah.
So you have to go like rook c3, queen c1, play for the queen side. I saw this also, that I was thinking about it, but I thought, okay, why to play for the queen side square control where I can just go for mate? So I thought it was a great game, but then actually there was this one moment where suddenly he was completely back in the game and could just equalize fully. But yeah, it was very difficult, and we both it's just unexpected. Like by logic of the game, it shouldn't be there, but it's there. So suddenly bishop a7 and queen b7. Suddenly it makes sense after queen b4.
Nice.
So yeah, that was a nice little twist. But overall, this kind of knight h4, queen h5, rook g3, this happens in my games many times. Like I had against Karakin such thing where I did it slightly wrong, so it was draw. But no, actually I even lost eventually. But I could have done it right. So that was winning from the opening against Karakin. And online I played many times. I have on my YouTube channel some game which was like this. I beat Raunak like this, some German grandmaster like this also. It's like control the center first, then swing the pieces to the king side and just checkmate. So this is the kind of games you also can play.
So before, like, I just wanted to understand, like, if someone I have this thing that if you want to play an opening, you can first play a bit, like some games, understand it on your own, and then you learn. Let's say then they get your course and try to learn, and then they actually understand what they did wrong before.
Yes.
Do you suggest that way, or would you say that you should like, what would be the best way to, because there's so many different levels of players here. Like there will be someone who's like 1,000, who's 1,200, who's 1,400.
Yeah, well, I think that honestly you can of course do that, but I think for you that would make sense because you already know so many things that you take for granted as a strong title player. But actually, I think many viewers, they have no idea what they're supposed to do and how to develop the pieces. So I think you can start off right away with. I mean, if you don't want any courses, there are even or stuff. You can also look the games, yeah, at least. So you can just put Italian in Chessbase or whatever other software or online, or just Google, I don't know, Italian opening and games, yeah, and see games. Yes, you said in that queen a7 position alone, we had like 10 games of Ding and Raja was there, and Mamdyarov was there, and Vidit was there. Everybody was there. So in Italian, there are so many games. So you can just watch games of like so many good Italian players. Like Wesley saw himself. Wesley made the course on the c3 d4, but actually himself plays d3 Italian also. Yeah, so it's tricky. And Italian, okay, many players. Magnus also played Italian. Nepo played Italian. Vichy himself played many Italian games. So you can look the games, and if you see the games, then you get to see how people, the ideas that they use, how they develop the pieces, how they start attacks. So I think games is a good starting point as well. But of course, in the course, the one thing about the course is that, of course, there I give particular recommendations. Yeah. Of course, I talk a lot about general ideas as well. But if you see the games, you just have an idea of how to play. But with the course, you have also a more zoomed in view on the exact lines and exact moves. So you can try to kind of catch your opponent on some particular prep. You understand? Like particular prep, where you know exactly what you're doing and exactly in what version you play knight of one and knight g3 and what way. So that's kind of the thing you have with course or working on openings yourself, very detailed way. That okay, one thing is ideas, and we all know some general ideas, but the other is like to catch your opponent in a particular way, particular line where you know exactly what's going on. So that's definitely there as well.
So I have, one thing to ask you, and maybe that can help all the viewers as well. So the last game of the World Championship match was in Italian, and in that game, like if we see it, how it went, this is all standard stuff, right? D6, but then castles A5, and now it started going weirdly. So if you were white here, do you think that how Nepo played is what you would do, like rook e1?
No, not in the course. Let's say if you follow my course recommendation after bishop a7, I think you went, which is odd. I'm not sure I mentioned this move, but I mentioned similar ones. You can go, let's say, bishop b3. And very likely after, I think h6, let's say Magnus can play like he played in the game. Or let's say castle first even. Let's say castle first. Anyway, I don't intend. I can play, let's say,
Now I'll
h3.
play h3.
Yeah, and he'll go, let's say, goes h6.
Right.
And then d4. We are back actually after d4 in position in my course. So again, I take control of the center. So I keep the bishop. Like what happened in the game was
he played knight a3.
Yeah, and then he played knight c2, bishop e3. He traded these bishops. Then he traded the other bishops. Yeah, thank you. So OP here, the food.
What is it?
The food is completely OP here, yeah.
But what are you eating?
Oh, it's some kind of noodle soup. So what happened is he traded this bishop and rook a bishop e6, the other bishop as well. Yeah, it's very, very timid. This is not white has a very small plus, but it's neutralizable, and this is not the approach I suggest in the course. Yeah, so the game kind of went off very early on of the course of the course.
So rook e1, bishop a7, you would suggest to go bishop b3,
for example. Yeah, you can also choose differently, but there are
can I go d4 straight away, or but then
no, I think you might. Yeah, I haven't checked this, but you might.
But then this is
but
not
after
a worry.
Well, it's hard to say because you haven't castled. Yeah, so I'm not sure if I'm not in time. Maybe bishop e3 and some defense, but d4 a bit early, it feels to me. So I would go definitely bishop b3. I would not go h3 too early again. So I would go bishop b3 first. But you can also play differently. Yeah, it's just, let's say, if you follow the course, yeah, the course concept. But there are different concepts. For example, of knight a3, castle, knight 3 h6 was the game. Yeah, the computer gives knight to h. I think knight to b5 computer gives as well. And now trade, and now knight on b5 is a bit more aggressive than on e3, and then you go d4. Computer gives white some small plus here. I don't know, so it's also an option.
Okay, so that is the Italian, and I guess this is how people have to learn. They should go, and by the way, there's also a short and sweet course that he has, so you can check that out, and if you like it, then you can go for the
yeah, because again, like that's why I did the course on Italian, and this video is of course to show like one nice game, one nice idea, but because I wanted to tell a lot about it, because there's a lot to talk about, of course, and you just need a lot of time. And course is a very good format because it's like many hours, I think like 10 hours of recorded video. So it's a massive course, yeah, 10 hours of recorded video, and it doesn't cover all of the Italian. Yeah, it still covers other things as well, but also it covers only part of the Italian because it's so big, but at least the relevant part for us. But what I mean is that it's kind of hard to give a short, just many aspects to talk about. So it's a very, very big course. But overall, yeah, the idea is basically to prepare to build the center, then build the center, and once you control the center, then attack and checkmate. Checkmate. This is the short version. Guys, remember, yeah? We first prepare to build center, then we build the center, then checkmate. Don't mix up the move order.
Don't checkmate first.
Don't checkmate first and then build the center. That would make no sense at all. Once you checkmate already, you just go on the next game. There's no point to build center in this game anymore. Okay. Also, don't build a center and then prepare to build it. It makes no sense. Like it's very difficult. Move order is very important in Italian.
Yeah, very cool. And by the way, Anish, did you like this thumbnail?
Oh, it's fantastic. I mean, my food now is not Italian, but the thumbnails they get better and better with all of my when we do this Chessable course related thumbnails. They're so good. It's absolutely amazing.
Yeah, the dragon one was very nice, and now it's the Italian.
Yeah, it's
I
fantastic.
said
Fantastic.
that we need to Abhyudaya that we need a thumbnail and where Anish has some Italian things around him. And I didn't think about pizza. I was just, and then when he made it, I was like, oh, Italian is pizza.
Sorry,
Yeah,
but this for sure. But also I like that there is like the king, like the pizza tower. Do you see the king is falling like the pizza tower? Yeah, it's a very deep. You see the king? He's falling a bit. It's just the thumbnail.
He didn't think that, I'm sure.
No, but the thumbnail person you have, he's like, he's a genius mind trapped inside the thumbnail. He could be sending rockets to space, instead he's making thumbnails. Brilliant.
Yeah. But before we end this, there was one question that was asked, which was like, why do top players like yourself need trainers whose elo is lower? I'll try to say exactly.
Yeah.
Why do chess players need coaches? What's the logic? How can someone lower rated can teach higher rated? Obviously, higher rated knows to play better. So that was the question.
So I think the easy explanation is to compare it with other things. Like you have tennis, for example. You know tennis, yeah? Of course, best player is better than his coach, but they all have coaches. And same with boxers. Boxers have coaches, but they're gonna, if they're actually gonna go 1-1, they're gonna, of course, probably destroy their coach, yeah, I assume, because he's the best boxer in the world. So always or let's say, do you think this guy Jose Mourinho, whatever, he's the best player, better football player than the ones he's coaching, So all these coaches, of course, they either were very good players or they never actually were that good. Usually they're all decent at some point in their career. But of course, it's not about that, the strength. It's not a sparring partner even, yeah? It's not even a sparring partner. You don't play games. He's very good at analyzing your games, analyzing your chess, showing you your weaknesses, deciding what to work on, collecting material to work on, doing all kinds of work that he's very qualified to do, and he's more qualified to do it than a good player. Let's say another top player, let's say Carlsen is stronger than me, for example, but I'm not sure if Carlsen is likely he is, but just to finish the point, let's say maybe he is not qualified at at collecting material, which would help me, and finding the right exercises, thinking along. Also, it's a mindset. Yeah, you have to think along with someone, think for him. And many top players, they're very much self-centered. Yeah, they used to think for themselves, but hard for them to think about someone else and help someone else. So very, very useful for sure to have a good trainer, and everybody has, and in all kinds of sports they have. So this is nothing new, nothing special about chess.
Got it. And Asim Khan has asked, I think Asim, you have asked about Dubov helping Magnus, which Anish has answered in one of the videos, which we will post later. But he asks, would you be okay if Jordan helped your opponent?
Again, as I mentioned before, it depends. Okay, I answered this in the other video, but it mostly depends on how things went. So let's say, if I worked with someone and he knows all my latest knowledge, and then very quickly he switches to someone else who plays against me, and he doesn't, we don't have a clear, and he just tells all the things to the other guy, and I don't know what he told, I don't know what he didn't tell. So then the other guy gets a big advantage, in terms of information. While if let's say I worked with someone 2 years ago and on something only very small, it's completely outdated now. Or if let's say he works with, I worked recently, but then he says to me, I all the stuff that we looked at in this opening in the Italian, whatever. So I already told him about it, So then I know at least what he knows. I know, so it has to be figured out very well, that there is clear information, kind of, it was clear, that no one has some inside info. Like the worst is if you work with someone and you don't know he works with another guy now. Yeah, you have no idea at all. And so this kind of, but this usually doesn't happen. So as long as this goes well, it's no problem. In moral terms, like, okay, you help someone, it's people professional, it's their job. So you're not like you're not like brothers or whatever. Yeah. So yeah, you can have one guy, then another guy. It's very professional. Like you see, for example, people like the coaches. Yeah, I don't know, Chuchilov, I worked with a lot, Kasimjanov as well. These people, it's normal. They get paid for work, then they start working, then the other guy hires them because they're a good coach, then they pay them as well. So it's professional. But you should have these information things kind of sorted nicely, agreements sorted nicely, so that it's fair to everyone.
Got it. Amazing. Anish, so now you're going to Poland, yes? And are you excited for the World Rapid and Blitz?
Yeah, for sure. I have to now continue my training. Actually, I'll start today, continue still. And excited for World Rapid Blitz, also Vacanze, then Grand Prix, a lot of tournaments. So hoping to rest well, prepare well, and hopefully somewhere I'll play well. I don't want to expect to play well everywhere, but I have Rapid Blitz, Vacanze, and Grand Prix, and then also Magnus Chester. I'm not as ambitious, as Carlson. I don't want 2900, but at least somewhere. I hope if I work hard and do my best, at least somewhere I'll play well, and that will be already good enough for me.
I'm sure that you will do really well. And also, I think the same events that you are playing, also Vidit is playing the same ones: World Rapid Blitz, Tata Steel, and Grand Prix. And I guess also Rajabov may join in World Rapid and Blitz. So maybe the Wolf Pack will be in Poland for the World Rapid and Blitz. So...
Some IRL content, guys, incoming.
Yeah, this is going to be very, very exciting. And so it's going to start from the 26th of this month. So Anish, thanks a lot for showing these ideas. I think I learned a lot about building the center and then pushing the pawns. And I think, guys, if you want to also learn the Italian, get the links are in the description. There are two links. The first link is for a shorter course of Anish, which is free. You can go and check that out. And if you enjoy it, you can then buy the actual course where you can learn everything about.
Also, if you don't enjoy it, you can still buy the other course. You can do it in theory.
Yeah, you can. So
that makes even more sense, actually. So you check out the free one, you're like, okay, this was complete crap, and then you buy a good one. That makes even more sense. If you enjoy the short free course, why would you buy another one? Then tell me.
So the basic idea is to go to the second link and get it, and then maybe you can.
No, that's different. Basic idea, guys, is to prepare to build center, then build center, then checkmate.
Yeah, that's the aim. That's the moral of this videos today. Prepare the center, build it, and then checkmate your opponent. We'll keep that in mind, AG. Take care, and thanks a lot. Bye.
Thank you, Sagar.
See you. Guys, that was Anish Giri here, and I hope you enjoyed it. The course on Italian. Yeah, let me see if this works. This second. How are you guys? I hope. Oh, wrong. Oh, wrong. Acha, I've put the wrong link. Okay. 1 second, let me fix it. Okay, I'll fix the link. Sorry for that. Okay, I've fixed this, so then you can check now. Soham Pandya says, Sagar bhai, India आना है कि नहीं? Guys, I am right now in Poland, and the thing was, sorry, I am in Dubai, and the thing was, it was impossible to get Polish visa if I came back to India. So I had to stay back here, and now tomorrow I'll go to Abu Dhabi from Dubai to get my visa, and yeah, I'll try and see if I can, go to Poland. I think the visa should be ready, and then we'll go to World Rapid and Blitz. Once that is over in 2022, I'll be back in India. So it's still a year away. I think we'll come to India on 2nd. Sagar bhai, when are you flying to Warsaw? Not yet decided, but most likely 22nd, I think. Yeah, tomorrow maybe I'll get to know if I've got the visa or not. Shashwat says, "Wow, man, what a life!" Yeah, true. I mean, one of the advantages of being a chess player is that you get to travel, of course. But of course, it comes with its own set of things to worry about and to take care of. But I don't complain, and I love this traveling stuff. And especially when Amruta is also with me, it's the best because it's like you are traveling together with your home. What is that song? Home is where my heart is, and so on. Okay, so guys, I will we'll put up more videos in the coming days. I also wanted to do a bit of commentary, maybe Anand's games we'll try to cover. Uh, but there have been some of the other thing that is going on, especially related to the visa, because to get the visa is the priority right now. So that's the reason why I haven't been able to stream much. Also in the hotel, I was not very sure about the internet, but when Anish said that he's free today, I thought, well, this is something which I must do, because once we go to Poland, then the World Rapid and Blitz starts, and then after that he would be busy with Vaikanze and stuff, and his preparation, and so there wouldn't be enough time to do stuff. So this was a very important stream that I wanted to do. So thank you all for who turned up, and I'm sure, as we do more streams in the coming days, more and more people will join in. And yeah, I did feel a little bit different streaming today, because I think my last stream was some time ago, but I haven't forgotten much. In fact, we improved on the quality of the stream. Chalicitor says, "Hope you're enjoying your time in Dubai." Yes, pretty much. Um, Rakshit Singh says, "How is your health, Sagar?" I think my health is pretty decent. One of the things which does suffer in these when you're traveling is that you do not know what you're going to eat every day. You have to eat something or the other which is outside. And the second thing is you do not have a very fixed routine for your exercise. So your health, you have to be very careful, which I will try to. Haven't been able to do much exercise, but it's not bad at all. So stream Rapid and Blitz. No, World Rapid and Blitz, we won't stream. Our idea is to shoot some videos over there, then put it up, also to do reports, also to do short interviews like we did for World Championship. And I think once I'm back from World Rapid and Blitz, we'll again start the streaming and commentating and all of that, because this is a unique opportunity, the World Championship and also the World Rapid and Blitz, to be on site and to do the coverage in different ways. And that was one of the main reasons why I came here. And we'll do that for World Rapid and Blitz as well. So if you were expecting live commentary, I won't be doing that, but you will get more videos, and you will be able to follow a lot of action otherwise. Samvid Khan says, "Are Nihal and Arjun not playing World Rapid and Blitz?" I thought they were going to play. I guess one of the things which these youngsters have an issue is that in one period of Schengen visa that you get, you can only travel for 90 days, and I think they have already completed those 90 days quota, and that is the reason why it's very difficult for them. But maybe an exception can be made and they can travel. So CSL2 in March, says Shashank Rai. Well, we'll decide and we'll try to do CSL2 soon. So that should happen at some point. Chris Kane says you need to publish stream calendar on Chessbase India website. Yeah, I was thinking when I'm back, I'll start making a stream schedule and serious improvement stuff, serious improvement videos, chess improvement and end game videos and all of that properly time to time, so that everyone knows how to follow. So we'll try to improve in the next year. Sar Rafi says there's no point of traveling to Poland if you're gonna stream the matches live. Yeah, kind of, because let's say if I'm anyway going to sit in one room there and do commentary, it is not as worthwhile. Although in Dubai, if you see, one of the huge advantages was that I could meet people after the tournament. Like, I could interview Potkin, Peter Heine Nielsen, Vishy Anand's thoughts, Judith Polgar's thoughts. And I think it's very important to get an overall understanding of the match. And I feel like I understand chess even more more deeply after this match. And this is exactly what I wanted, to understand more closely that when Magnus says he doesn't want to play Ali Reza again, what was his thought behind it, and go deeper beyond the surface. And sometimes you have to do that by spending time around chess players, around the chess environment, and it helps. I enjoyed it. uh, Dynamic Chess says Anand will be a force to reckon with in World Rapid and Blitz, but I don't think Anand is playing. I think Anand is just playing in Baku, and then he would not play. Just maybe as we end this, let's see if we can get to see Anand's one or two. Is the game going on of Vishy Anand? Vishy Anand is playing against David Navara. Okay, let's see. Let's see if I can, and we can do some commentary for 2 minutes or 5 minutes. Okay, we have the board. Okay. So Vishy Anand is playing with the white pieces here. And he lost against Rapport. Acha. He lost against Rapport. And this is the first game. So he lost second round. He lost yesterday to Mamedov in Armageddon. And then he lost to Rapport. And now he's playing David Navara. So Vishy has just taken on e5 with his knight. And black to play. What do you play here? So if you count the material, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Anand has 1, 2, 3, 4. Bishop, queen. Looks very difficult. Looks difficult, but Vishy has some ideas in the air. His bishop is looking to at h7. His knight is looking at f7. The queen is also putting pressure here. So there could be an attack coming up. Oof. What do we do here? Black to move. I mean, it's not so simple, because if you play queen e7, my idea was to maybe put my knight on c6. Anand is white. Yes, yes. Vishy Anand is white. Isn't the name seen? Yeah, Vishy Anand is white here. David Navara has 3 minutes 43 seconds in hand. What does he do? Well, you could take this knight. Knight takes, queen takes. But then it's like bishop versus rook. So Vishy is worse, for sure. For sure. but he has 1 minute 30 seconds more, nearly 2 minutes more than his opponent. Jarin Tansim says queen c7 is his move. He wants to pin here. Very good move. Very good move. But here is a problem. You know, what will white do here? What is the problem? Omer Ben Ami says time control. It's 15 minutes plus 10 seconds increment. Oh, he goes queen d6 in the game. Well, the point is the same. The point is the same. The knight is hanging on e5. The same thing. Yes, dynamic chess, you are right. Mayank Jain, you are right. That if queen c7 here, you go queen h4. Threatening a mate here and you can't pick up the knight. So he played queen d6 and Vichy went queen h4 and now queen h6. Wow. And now if you save your queen, like if you don't exchange it, then the knight is hanging. So he took pawn takes and knight to c6. So Anand is now threatening a deadly check. Imagine if you push the pawn here. What is the problem here? Ooh, that could be an idea actually. Knight e7, king g7, take, और फिर ये pawn is going ahead. This rook cannot stop it because the bishop controls it. This bishop can't come here because the rook stops it. Travel with Nikhil Roshan says, अब जो बंद हुई है आंखें सिर्फ तेरी आवाज से खुलनी चाहिए, बहुत सर्द है हवा यहाँ की आजकल पर उसमें तेरी खुशबू भी घुलनी चाहिए. वाह. ट्रैवल विद निखिल रोशन पूछ रहे हैं कि इज इट कोल्ड इन. Oh, he did play a4. He did play the move we were talking about. He has played it. So ye check say you will win the rook, but this pawn is going down the board. How does Vishy Anand stop it? If Anand can draw this game, that will already be an achievement. I feel that will be a huge achievement. What should he do? Oh, he plays his bishop to c4. Anand says, let me get the bishop here so that I can stop the pawn. Next move, I can play check, I can take the rook, and then I can put my bishop on a2, stopping this pawn. Mohammad Motakin Mondol, Anish actually came and went, so he's not going to come. So what does now Vishy do? Maybe Navara do. I think rook e8 makes a lot of sense to stop knight e7 check. Or king g7. I like this move as well. Or rook c7. But look at the time. 2 minutes 27 seconds for Navara. Oh, he plays a3. He doesn't care. He doesn't care. But now, isn't this working? Can Anand just? It's a mistake by David. Anand can give a check. Okay, king moves. He can take the rook. Rook takes, and then put his bishop back on a2 or b3. Maybe a2. And then it's fine. It's completely fine. Why did David Navara give this up? 3 minutes 30 seconds. 36 seconds. Samvid Khan says your interviews with Potkin and Nielsen were highly praised on social media. How do you feel about it? Yes, I feel good about it, and I feel that those were some value addition to the overall tournament, the World Championship, and I'm very grateful for both Peter and Vladimir to give their time, for those interviews. But for now, Vishy Anand has 3 minutes and he hasn't won a match here. The format is you play 2 rapid games and then whoever wins more, like 1.5 wins, gets 3 points. But if it is 1-1 tie in rapid, then you go into Armageddon. So in the first match with Mamedov, it was 1-1 and Anand lost the Armageddon. In the second one, many of you said that he lost to Richard Rapport. I haven't seen the score, and this is the third round already. He's playing against David Navara. And Anand has played rook d1. Oh, Anand didn't take it. Anand didn't take. He played rook d1 and he's telling Nawara, अरे भाई अगर तुम push करोगे तो मैं मार दूंगा. I'll take the pawn. That is not working. Ayush Sinha says, Sagar bhai, you are the only one that asks good questions in World Championship. I beg to differ. In fact, it's very difficult to ask good questions overall because there's so much of emotions. And I think a question is good based on what answers the players give. So if, let's say, if you ask a bad question and Magnus gives a good answer anyway, it becomes a good question. So a lot is dependent on how they answer. So rook d1 and Nawara has 1 minute 31 seconds. Chase Me says 97 fork mein bishop is hanging. No, but check. No, it's a check. And then I'll take this. And then you take and then I'll move the bishop away. So that was possible. But Vishy didn't do it. Now rook e8 has been played. Now this check could be a threat. But actually it is not. Check, I'll take, bishop takes and then 97. And Vishy now needs to, I think about his back rank. Because his king can get checkmated. If he moves his rook up, it's a checkmate here. So I think g3 is the most natural move here. Also king f1 comes to mind, but king f1 को ये mate हमेशा रहता ही है because you know the bishop is controlling the square. So he goes g3. He creates a luft for his king on g2. Yeah, now I have some ideas like rook d3 in the air. For sure, for sure. So what does David do? He has very little time. Guys, here the engine says that Vishy is slightly worse. But when you are watching, when you are in the thick of things at the board with just 40 seconds, it's very difficult. And I think Vishy would have made a decision in his mind that I will play fast today. I don't want to lose on time. That is for sure. Idea is rook d7 says Sid. Very good, Sid. Very rightly pointed out. f7 is weak. 97 check is coming. That is a big idea. So rook c7 has been played. And now he stopped all the 97 tricks. And this could be a real idea now. Rook e1 check. So why don't we put our king on g2? I think this move, king g2, is very natural for Vishy. He will just play it. Or could you just defend this knight with bishop d5, threatening b6, b7 in the air? Oh, he goes rook to d3. That's also a cool move. That is a nice move by Vishy. And Vishy asking Nawara, if you move your bishop, I will win the pawn. Where do you move your bishop? Can it go to b2? I think bishop b2 is the most natural move there. But then the bishop is slightly out of the game. Yes, he plays bishop b2. Guys, this is turning into a full-fledged fight. I feel that the a pawn, which looked very strong at the start, is now well under control with the bishop on c4. With the knight on c6, that is also well placed. I think Vishy can go rook d6, defend his knight and prepare b6. He goes first king f1. He says that I don't want this rook to come to e1 and start putting itself on a1. Now king g7 has been played. Anything can happen. 19 seconds for David, 2 minutes 17 seconds for Vishy Anand. Rakshit Singh says, can we go c3? Rakshit, possible c3, but I don't want to block my rook's access here for now. This bishop anyway can't be won because it's well protected. How does Vishy continue? I guess maybe h4, h5, just improving the position could be one way. Another one way could be bishop a2. Yeah, bishop b3. The idea is to start pushing your connected passers with c4. Let's go. 10 seconds for David Nawara. Oof, this is getting tense. By the way, for all the people joining in, this stream was about the Italian. We did it with Anish. Brilliant stream. He taught a lot of things about the Italian. And now, just before ending it, I thought let's have a look at Vishy Anand's game. And he was playing this game with David Nawara. And I thought, let's just see what's going to happen next. So, h4 has been played, h6. And now rook to d5. Okay. Very quickly played. Vishy wants to pick up this pawn here. think bishop c3 now with the idea of rook e1 check makes a lot of sense to get his rooks coordinated. Rook a8 now, very important. Bishop a2, you play it without thinking, क्योंकि ये pawn आगे बढ़ रहा है defended by the rook. You just put your bishop back. Arindam says knight a5, knight c4. No, Arindam, we don't want to move this knight away from c6. Also coming here, if you take here ab2, the pawn would queen. So anyway, that's not a threat. But why is Vishy Anand thinking for so long? He can just put his bishop back on b2, on a2. Does he have any other? Yes, he plays bishop a2. If someone is playing for a win, it is black, says Rakshit Singh. I doubt Rakshit. I think Vishy is also very ambitious at this moment. With David's time, with his two passers, I guess it's not clear who's playing for a win. Both of them, in fact. Bishop c3 and he picks up the pawn. Well, that was firstly, oh, rook h5. Anand took the pawn, but now bishop c3, good move. That's what we were talking about. If the rook enters here, it's going to be trouble. Check. And now can we go rook a1? But rook a1, rook c3, rook a2. This pawn is not running away. I think Nawara should go bishop a5. Yes, he does it. Very good move. Now he stopped b6 plan. And he also has his own idea of rook a1 followed by a2. He goes rook to f5. But guys, what's the plan now? Rook a1. Can we not just go rook a1? Oh, rook a1. This is hanging. You know, here you can't take because this. So rook, bishop a5 was a brilliant move. Goes bishop b6. Now knight comes back to b4. The knight is defending the bishop. The bishop is defending the square where the knight can be attacked. So overall, white's position does look stable as of now, but it is dangerous. It is dangerous. Rook a1. The bishop is attacked. Where do you go? Maybe bishop b3. Let's put the bishop on b3. That seems logical. Rook b1. Somewhere I think Vishy is going to feel the pressure here because this a pawn is tremendously strong, but he has an extra minute on the clock. How relevant is that? Who is better? Rook f3, says Sid. Yeah, this looks good, but he goes rook f4, defending this knight, keeping that under control. I think Anand is playing really well. He's putting a lot of pressure. Vishy with a knight is like Tal without queen, unstoppable, insomniac. Ah, well put there. Also here, one of the plans was knight d5, but it didn't work because of rook b3. He goes rook to b2. And now can Anand give a check? And then is knight d5 possible? Because in the end, the rook can go here. So knight d5, rook b3, cb3, a2, rook a4. The rook can go and stop the pawn. So I like this move, knight d5 now. Can we do it? Knight d5. Then there is rook a7, knight b6, rook b3. Ooh, a2, a1 with this rook supporting here. Vishy goes knight d5. Oh, it's happened. It has happened. It has happened. My God, this game is getting very intense. I think Anand can't take this. If Anand takes this rook b3, cb3 and a2, the pawn is queening. He cannot take on b6. But if he can't take it, then the threat now anyway is to take and play a2. Is Vishy Anand losing this? He goes knight c3, rook b3, cb3, a2. And now Anand sacrifices his knight. Rook takes a2. Why is time increasing continuously? Rishabh, there is a 10-second increment per move. So after every move, there's 10-second increment. Now David Nawara has a extra bishop, but is 3 pawns down. Rook f5. This seems not so easy to break through, guys. This doesn't seem. Look at how Anand has built this kind of fortress. Yeah, he understands these positions so well. He's a piece down, but he's built this up. Yes, this is rated. This is rated, but it's rapid rated. F4, and now, well, I want to go G5 perhaps. Just try to exchange as many pawns as possible, but I think we will reach a rook bishop versus rook position. Maybe Vishy has managed to avert the worst. David is thinking he's down to 10 seconds. Shashwat says, when is a rook versus rook bishop draw? It's more often than not a draw, like usually. The only places where the rook bishop versus rook win is when the opponent's king is in the corner. You know, it's like it's in a mating net. But here I don't see that happening, and Anand does know how to defend. But David will try. Of course, he's not going to accept a draw by repeating. He will try, because beating Vishy with black means that he would then be able to press with white and needs only a draw to win that mini match. PD8. Can we go G6 and liquidate the pawns? But maybe G6 he would go F6. Monique Hubel says, your channel is incredible. I'm officially addicted. That is so good to know. That is so good to know. In fact, guys, I met so many people here in Dubai who have been following the streams from Dubai, and it has been so heartwarming to meet each of them. In fact, one of the people who super chatted here, Asim, came and meet us. There was also Aditya who came. Then there was another person who came with food and so many things. We met Sujit, who has been a very very big supporter of chess overall. Met also Anas, who wants to support chess players. So it was very very positive, you know, meeting so many people. Chess Brilliance says g6 f6 rook d5 in this position. We were talking about this. He said if g6 f6 rook d5, attacking here and then threatening this possible. But maybe I think g6 was logical, right? If you want to liquidate the pawns. But maybe Vishy is saying that I won't even let you reach a rook bishop versus rook position. I'll just keep this things intact. But I think if the pawns are locked, eventually black can win them. So it could be a smart idea to just give it up and play. H7 takes. Yeah, Vishy does this. Rook d7. You see how he's pinned this. And also notice the king is on a light square, so the bishop can't go and give a discovered check and win this rook. Rook g3. Okay, let's go here. King f2. Bishop f4. Okay. Can I go rook d4? Yeah, rook d4 is one good move. He goes b6. And you see how Anand will play pawn to b7 now, I think. King g5. Interesting. Interesting. So the plan is that you bring your king to c6 now, block it with bishop c7, and then win this pawn. Rook to d7, king f5, king e6. I thought I'll commentate for 5 minutes and it is going into rook bishop versus rook, but I believe that Anand will be able to hold this. King c6 here. Yeah, this is what has happened, and now he'll win this. Ah. So let's learn how to defend in rook bishop versus rook endgame. One of the methods is an active defense called Cochrane's defense, where you put the rook behind the opponent's king and keep the bishop pinned. The other one is second rank defense, which he might do here by bringing his rook back to the second rank. Let's see what happens. Rook g6. Yeah, this is a draw, Shashank Raj. Okay, king c7. What? देखा कैसा ट्रैप लगाया, मारा तो चेक और फिर टेक. स्मार्ट स्मार्ट. So the last move on which the pawns were exchanged was like taken was 76. So by 126 move, if he cannot mate, it would be a draw. I have a brilliant video about rook bishop versus rook. It is Amin Basim's video, and it is very nice. Amin Basim versus Belasin. They played here, and it was like they both were playing, and then on move number, I think 48 or 49, he got a mating idea and he played it. And on move number 50, he moved. And if it's a mate, it's over, he's won. But black could interpose a rook and he had to take it. And then it was mate on move 51. And there black, when white gave a check, he called the arbiter and said 50 moves rule. And arbiter said, yes, 50 move hone wala hai. And it was like he was going to checkmate him on 51st move. So this 50 move rule is a very, very critical one. Soham Pandya says, do players need to revisit this defensive mechanism? I look at smart move. Yeah, if you give a disco here with a check, then he will take the bishop. It's very, very interesting. Bishop h6. If you give rook f6 check to win the bishop, I'll go rook e6 and I'll give you a check from here with my bishop. And if you take the bishop, I'll take your rook. King c2, rook h3, rook e5. Rook versus bishop is a draw, Pranoja. Yes, that's a draw. Most of, like 99%. Only if your king is cornered, that's again lost. In one corner. Sar Rafi says, don't you think Nawara should offer a draw now? Absolutely not. Absolutely not. Rook bishop versus rook. There have been many games that have gone in the favor of rook bishop, and it is completely fine that black is trying here. Black has to try. No, you have to keep on trying. You cannot say that, oh, why is he even trying here? He has to. Now king d5. The point being, if you give a check, I'll block. So now it's move 95. We had said that it was move 7. So 20 moves have been completed. Check, 30 more moves to go. Now this is Cochrane's defense. You see, you've pinned the bishop from behind. So king e5. Now you go king here. See, you go to the other side. Where the king is going, you go to the other side. Let's see if Anand continues this. It would be nice to see his defensive. You will learn this. Often you see the second rank defense. The second rank defense is bringing your rook on the second rank somewhere here. Check and bring the rook back. It's also a very good defensive idea. Up idea is to go here, king here, and then if you give a check to block. So king c2, king e4. Arin card. This is Gashimo Memorial. Here. Guys, the blah blah says, why are you not covering Gashimo Memorial? Well, I am doing that right now, but one of the reasons that I can't stream is because I need to get my visa to Poland, and that is the reason why we are in Dubai. So I really don't want to miss that. Now see, Anand has put the rook again behind, pinning here. Check. अब king इधर आ जाओ, king इधर आ जाओ. Why? I am telling you. Now if he goes here, पहले तो king c3 आया तो check में मारेंगे. अब यहाँ ये side. Oh, he waits here. Just a bit worried. King here, bishop here. Yeah, yeah. ध्यान से. Now rook c2. That's the second rank defense. Just bring your rook back and get your king out. Bring your, oh, he waits. Now bishop c3 or king d3. Maybe king d3, bishop c3. We want to build a mating net. Rishi has to be careful. This is the point where mistakes happen. Goes bishop c3. Check. King here. Check. King here. Check. Bishop block. That could become dangerous. So Rishi goes rook f8. Soham Pandya, thank you for becoming backer of Indian chess. Neeru Storm says, do you think Anand is slightly rusty? Yes, I think so. He is definitely slightly rusty. By the way, this check would be a huge blunder because after king d3, black wins. This is a winning formation. You see? खतरों से खाली नहीं है position. It's not 100% safe. How many moves done? It's 106 moves are done. So 30 moves have been completed. 20 more to go. You see, Vishy is now taking his time after king c4. He wants to be sure. He understands that giving a check is wrong. So rook d8. See, smart. And what if now I go king b3, rook b8 here, and this is still not lost. King d1 is a blunder because check. You can't go here because of discovered. So you go here, and now rook d7. This is lost. So he goes bishop d4 now after rook d8, bishop d4, and his idea is king d3. He gets king d3, it's over. Let's say you go rook d7, king d3, lost, khatam. So how does Anand deal with it? Anand is on the edge right now. You see, this is how dangerous things can become. सोहम पांड्या says automatically payment नहीं है YouTube पे आप live stream करो तो ही याद आएगा. I know that in order to remind you of memberships, I must stream regularly. Check king here, king b1, rook e2. Vishy knows his end games. He has defended this well. Rook g8. From Jan, all the streams and all will begin again. But some of you have been so kind to maintain your memberships for 11, 12 months now. We started in December. We have helped close to 8 to 9 players, and we are going to help in the month of November, December as well. So thank you all who have stayed members of this channel. Really grateful to you. I'm trying my best to bring all the content to you, but I know that you guys love streams and I will do that soon. सागर भाई, आप किसी चश्मे वाले ब्रांड के साथ डील ट्राई करो. स्टाइल के साथ डिटेल्स देखने का क्वालिटी टैगलाइन हो सकता है. Ooh, nice. It's a good suggestion. I also need good specs, but I did make one new pair of specs, like new frame, but I get headache after wearing it. Let me try. Anando Das Gupta says, just got the membership today, pillar, on the birthday of my late sister. Not sure if it will continue automatically or not. The system checked it and approved it though. Anando Das Gupta, thank you so much. And thank you for buying it in the memory of your late sister. Very, very kind of you. Very grateful that you're supporting chess. ये rimless का यही problem है, that if it falls it's gone. Like this one, कितनी भी बार गिर गया कुछ भी नहीं. That is the thing about life, yeah. Something might look good, but eventually is not as rust sort of solid. Something might look very nice, but doesn't help. By the way, check. वापस इधर आया तो वापस पीछे. हाँ, Patrick Bro says the same thing. His father had taken such specs and दो दिन में टूट गया. He goes here. Now the thing is that he might try to create the same thing here. इधर से mate करने को. But it's not going to work. I think, oh, by the way, if you're not careful, check and mate. Check and mate है direct. Check and mate. तो check तो देना ही पड़ेगा अभी. Check, ठीक है. अभी यहाँ मतलब आनंद edge पे है. He's on the edge. He's on the edge. He has to remain careful. King A4. क्योंकि देखो check दिया तो suddenly king इधर. King is safe and now from here I'll try to checkmate. No matter how many games you play, no matter how many times I commentate, every time I see this endgame on the board, it is confusing. यहाँ से भाग सकते हैं क्या? Because अपना rook is on the light square, so the bishop can't give a discovered check and win the rook. So I was thinking, let's run out from here. कितने मूव रह गए? It's 115. Only 10 moves left more. 11 moves. 11 moves left. Gamer Sunrit says, are you going to Poland? Tomorrow, we'll get to know. Tomorrow, I'll go to Abu Dhabi to get my visa. And if I get it, then I will be going. Most likely, yes. How many moves left for 50? 11 moves. Anand being very careful, you see. Rahul Norona says, would be interesting. He gives a check. Good move. Would be interesting to see a sketch on Sagar Don Future Shah 8-year-old boy Sagar Dad at some point. Now here, or he's planning to block with the bishop. Do the players count the moves? Not really. They do not count the moves. But I think at some point you get this feeling कि भाई बहुत moves खेल ली है. And then you ask the arbiter कि 50 moves हो गए कि नहीं, and the arbiter says yeah. Sagar Dawn was too good, says Mustafa. Yeah, Sagar Dawn, I think mainly because I was in Dubai, I felt that vibe here and I was like, okay, let's do the Dawn thing. Of course. What's up with Samai, says Amman. I think Samai is on a country round trip. Oh, did Anand play Rook H3? Did he blunder? This is a blunder, guys. King C2. But of course, to understand this is not easy. King C2, check, and bishop here, block. And King C2 का और एक आइडिया है. King C2 का आइडिया है check दो यहाँ से, king इधर और mate. Oh, he's played King C2. He's played it. Fishy is going to lose this. You see? You see? He has, it's mate in 12 and उसके पास है सिर्फ 9 मूव. Guys, this is getting insanely crazy. Insane. Rook H2 check. BD2. अब है 118. Last exchange happened on 76th move. 42 moves हो चुके हैं. 8 मूव में मेट करना है. It's a mate in 11. Oh my god. Oh my god. Mate in 12 and 9 moves. Here, I commented for one game, just one game. Oh, but now this is lost. The main thing is rook e5. Finish, finish, finish. Because here, mate, you have to take here. But once you take here, 50 moves is done. Oh, Vishy's move rook here was not good. He should have played his rook to g2, so that if here he can still block with rook g4. The main problem was that when he played rook f2, now there is no move here because the bishop controls this and he resigns. Oh. Vishy Anand has lost. Yeah, they have to make a claim whether 50 moves are done or not. Anando Das here, they are not keeping a track. So they just have to randomly make a claim and see how many moves are done. But I think the losing move, the losing move here was rook h3. But it's so difficult, right? Because you don't understand why it is wrong. The better move was rook g2 or even king a2. The moment he played rook here, the main issue was that after this, it's over. Check, bishop here. Rook g2, rook e5. I think here, Anand could. This is still lost, but here he has to be very careful. He has to make a waiting move first. Now the rook has to move. You can't move it away from here because check and you mate. You can't move the king anywhere because it's a mate. So you have to keep your rook here. And now you go rook h5. You can go here because this is controlled. So it's actually interesting. Here, check, king a4, and now rook h5. That's how it is. It would have been over at 119 or 120 moves. He still had 6 moves left. And the moment you take here, it's already start from 0 because a capture has occurred. So that's how it is. And okay, guys. So yeah, this was not a lucky win, I would say, for David. He fought very hard. Unlucky for Vishy for sure because he was defending really well. But eventually he lost this game. But Anand is facing a tough time in this tournament. I guess commentary does affect you sometimes when you are playing because you are in that mode of commentating. I think for Vishy to come back into his player mode might take some time, but he still has 4 more games, 4 more rounds. Today, one more game with David. Then he has the Blitz, and I'm sure he'll make a comeback. But for now, let me end this stream. Thank you all for following today and also for learning with Anish, the Italian. He didn't teach the language Italian, nor did he teach Italian food. He taught the Italian opening, which starts after e4, e5, knight f3, knight c6, like this way, e4, e5, knight f3, knight c6, bishop c4. This is what he taught. And if you guys are interested, please check out his course in the links in the description. For now, I'll call it a night. Tushar Katheria says, Sagar, sir, I would like to invite you for the Sports Law Sage podcast, where we can discuss about the recent emergence of Indian chess, golden generation of chess in India and Indian Chess League. Tushar Kateria, please write to chessbaseindia@gmail.com, and if I am free at that point, I would definitely try to join. But for now, guys, I will end this and take care. Bye bye. Hello, Keith. Hello, Mayur. Good to see you guys. Been missing all of you, really. I've been missing streaming for a long time. I was telling Amruta as well that streaming is something which was not only about streaming, it was also about a lot of people who used to follow and have been kind of off streaming for quite some time. But I hope you guys are following all the videos and checking them out. I will keep you updated about our visa situation in Poland tomorrow, whether we are going or not. Most likely we will, but still, I'll keep you updated. Until then, take care. Bye bye. Good night. See you.